Here are 3 examples of a VLOOKUP in Excel. So let's say here I have a table where I have fruits and what color the fruit is. Over here, I want to use my VLOOKUP formula so that I can type in any fruit here and it'll return the color here. So let's just say I want to look up a lemon, and now I want to make this cell return yellow. I'll do a VLOOKUP. So equals VLOOKUP, open parentheses. Now I need to tell Excel what my lookup value is. So the thing that I'm looking for, that's a lemon. So I'm going to click the cell where I've got lemon, cell F2, hit comma. Now I need to tell Excel the table array, or where I'm looking for the thing I'm looking for, and where I can find the result that I want the VLOOKUP to return. So that's this table of data right here. Hit comma again, then the column index number. So this would be the column number where I can find the result that I want to return. So this is the column I want to return, and this would be column 1. This is column 2. So I'm going to put in a 2 and then comma. And then the next thing is Excel asks me if I want to look for lemon using an approximate match or an exact match. I want an exact match. That's what you'll generally want 90% of the time or more. And hit enter, and it returns yellow because it found lemon right here and it went over to column 2. This is column 1, column 2, and returned yellow. If I change this to another fruit like banana, it'll stay yellow. How about lime? Goes to green. Apple goes to red. Here's another example of a VLOOKUP. Let's say here, these are the people that I want to invite to a party, and these are all my contacts. And I need to get the phone numbers for these people that I want to invite. So one thing I could do, kind of the manual way that doesn't require a VLOOKUP, would be to search for Sterling. So I can copy and then search for Sterling here, find it. There he is. There's Sterling's phone number. I'll copy that. I'll come up to the top and paste it in, and then I can keep doing that one by one. But a VLOOKUP will let me do that faster. So I can do equals VLOOKUP, open parentheses. The lookup value here is Sterling. So I'll just click there, comma. Now the table array. In this example, instead of selecting the table like this and going all the way down, I'm just going to select the entire columns. I'm going to go column F over to column I. In fact, I don't even need column I because the thing I'm really looking for is the phone number. So I only need to go up to here. So I'll use that as my table array, comma, then the column index number, right? So you always start counting relative to the place that you're looking at, which should always be the first column. So if this is column 1 in my table array, then this is column 2 and this is column 3. So I'll put in 3, comma, and then do I want an approximate match or an exact match? I want an exact match. So I'm going to type in false and then hit enter, and it pulled in Sterling's phone number. Now what I can do is I can hover over this bottom right-hand corner, see how my mouse changes, double click, and it'll drop that formula down to the last row of data here. And you can see that that formula is going to change as I go down. You can see the lookup value is changing, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, while the table that it's looking in stays constant. It's all of column F to all of column H. So that's how the VLOOKUP formula can be used to look up a whole bunch of values at the same time. One more example. Let's say I have a list of city capitals. These are the 20 most populous capitals in the United States. And here's the population. But I forgot to get a column that has what state the capital is in. So I need to add a column for the state. And let's say I want it to go right in between. I want it to say state, capital state population. All right, so this is where I'm going to put in my VLOOKUP formula. I'm going to pull in the state. Well, thankfully, I have a list of all of the states and capitals in the United States of America. Okay, this isn't just the top 20 most populous, it's all of them. So I'll use this as the table to look up what state each of these capitals is in. So I'll put equals VLOOKUP, open parentheses. The lookup value would be the capital city. So I'll click on Phoenix in this case, comma, table array. Now, my table's on a different sheet. Not a big deal. Just going to go straight to that sheet. You can see my VLOOKUP formula is still live, and it's still prompting me to put in the table array. All I'm going to do is select my table where I can find the thing I'm looking for, which would be the capital and the value I want to return, which is the state. Now on a VLOOKUP, I have a problem because when you're searching, you always have to search in the leftmost column and then return the result in the right. In this case, I've got the capital city, which is where I'm going to be searching, but the value I want to return, which is the state, is to the left. So this is one of the shortcomings of a VLOOKUP. I'm going to have to make some modifications. So I'm going to have to just hit escape and get out of, because anywhere I click right now, I'm just changing my VLOOKUP formula, and I need to do some manipulation of this table. So I'm just going to hit escape. It's going to send me back to where I was typing in the VLOOKUP formula. That's okay. Come back to this table, and what I'll do is just highlight this column. I'll cut, and then I will insert, which it always inserts to the left here. So now I've just switched the order. Okay, so now I've got the capital. This is where I'm going to be looking for the city name. And then I've got the state. This is the value I want to return. So now it's to the left of where I want to return the state. So now I can do my VLOOKUP again. So VLOOKUP, open parentheses, what I'm looking for, which is the capital city, comma, come over to the other sheet where I have my table. Select my table array. So column B is where I'm looking. Column C is what I want to return, the name of the state, comma, the column index number. So this would be column 1, and this is column 2. That's because the array that I selected is just these two. So even though this column's here, the table array I selected, BC, it's just these two columns. So it's relative to the array I selected. So column 1, column 2, type in 2, comma, and then false, because I want an exact match. Enter, takes me back to the page I was typing the VLOOKUP formula. And now I can do the same thing where I just double click on this corner and it drops that formula down. You can see the thing that it's looking for in each row changes. So A3, A4, A5, etc. All the rest of the formula stays consistent, and that's how it works.